Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. It's Thanksgiving week, week 13 in the NFL, and we are talking with Doug Upstone. We're going to do our regular segment, Doug Upstone's Value Picks. Doug Upstone, thanks for being back with us.
Peter, my pleasure to be back, and happy Thanksgiving to you and everyone else. It's going to be an exciting holiday weekend, and I'm excited about how things have been going. 8-3-1 against the spread in recent weeks, so that's looking pretty good. And it's been this holiday weekend stuff, though, gets to be a little tricky sometimes with 3 games on Thursday and the way things are spread around. But I think, I'm pretty sure I got 3 games that are going to be better than leftover turkey sandwiches this week.
All right. Well, happy Thanksgiving to you too, Doug Upstone. And let's see what your first value pick is for week 13.
My first value pick is on Thursday, which is for Dallas to gobble up Philadelphia. Now, hey, don't get me wrong. Dallas is, I'm not putting them in the Super Bowl just yet because their usual collapse doesn't occur normally until next month. But I like the feel of this team. They're very confident. They're playing calmer than what we've seen in other Dallas teams. And a big part of that is their, outstanding #1 offensive line, along with the #1 back in DeMarco Murray. And then you got Tony Romo with a lot of weapons that he has around him and has old reliable in Jason Witten at tight end to help bail him out when things get tough. Now, a couple of reasons I look further at this game and why I like Dallas is Philadelphia is giving up 25 points per game, and they're third in terms of being on the field in terms of time. And going up against this Dallas offensive line, I think they could get worn out. The last thing that I look at in this game, Mark Sanchez is back to his old ways, throwing a couple picks a game. I think Dallas will be able to take advantage of those picks, turn those into points. So I like Dallas on the value pick on Thanksgiving.
All right, this is a tricky one. I generally like to go against, Tony Romo and Dallas as a home favorite, but it's not a huge line. And on the other side, yes, Sanchez is, as much of a maybe choke artist or unreliable guy recently as Romo. So it's a tricky one. All right, I can certainly see your point. What's your second value pick for us, Doug Upstone?
I look at Pittsburgh in this particular case, Peter, coming off a bye week, ready to make a move towards winning their division title. Then I look at New Orleans, off 3 straight home games, which they lost all as favorites, and now having to go on the road. And any team that hasn't been on the road in that amount of time is, they're going to take a little bit of acclimation to be able to do that. Another reason that I like Pittsburgh here is in their last game, they played Tennessee. And if you remember that Monday night game, Tennessee blitzed incessantly, which is something that New Orleans also likes to do. So they're kind of familiar, even though the schemes will be somewhat different, they're familiar with a team that's going to blitz them all the time. So I think that gives them an edge, going into that. When I add all these things up together, Peter, I like Pittsburgh because of the situation and how things have played out to win by at least 7 against New Orleans.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this is a tricky one. Obviously, at first glance, Pittsburgh seems like the obvious play here. The line feels a little bit suspicious, a little bit fishy, and maybe a change of scenery will help the Saints. But I certainly can't give any argument against it as of right now. Other than that, all right, what's your third value pick, Doug Upstone?
My third value pick is the Sunday night game, and I'm going to go with the Chiefs to down Denver. Now, Kansas City was asleep at the switch at Oakland. They got what they deserved, 5 straight wins and covers. They just didn't have it that day. Embarrassing loss, yes, but, now they're out of first place, and the only way they're going to get back in the first place right now is to come back at home and defeat Denver. Now, the Kansas City players have to be sick, though, of losing to Denver. They've lost 5 straight times. So from a motivational standpoint, I think they'll be fine there. And then when I dig a little bit deeper, I see that Denver went from a pick to -2. And when Alex Smith and friends with the Chiefs are playing against teams that give up 61% or more completion percentage, they're 10-2 against the spread. I got Kansas City, Peter, to win this one outright.
Yeah, this is another one of the confusing games. Kansas City, of course, big home field edge. Denver can lose on the road to a quality teams. We've seen that this year. I heard an opinion that the under might be a good play, but certainly can't argue against Kansas City. All right, Doug Upstone, thanks so much for your value picks, NFL Week 13.
Thank you, Peter.
Okay.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.